Lord of the Flies, Part 3. The person with the conch will be speaking. I will be speaking first, and we're doing our quotes first. And my quote comes from the first of chapter 8. It is, "I'm not going to play any longer, not with you." Jack tries to get the boys to vote Ralph from being chief. They don't vote against Ralph, and Ralph remains chief. This makes Jack feel bad and cry. He tells the boys he's done playing with them, and leaves to the forest.
My quote is from chapter 9, and it says, "Kill the beast, cut his throat, spill his blood." This is what all the guys yelled out while they were attacking Simon. They were so afraid of the beast that they were really violent and vicious, and they killed him. And I think Simon's death symbolizes that all of their civilization is leaving from both groups.
That's fun.
My quote is, "Presently they were all jabbing at Robert, who made mock rushes." This is in chapter 6, 7. It's in chapter 7. And it's talking, they reenact when they tried to kill the pig in chapter 7, and then they didn't really kill it, they just wounded it. And they reenact it, and Robert is the pig. Well, then they keep trying to kill Robert, and they nearly kill him because they keep jabbing at him with their spears. And so this kind of just marks the first of their barbaric actions and how they get real barbaric.
That's fun.
Last but not least, my quote comes from chapter 8. "The fire's the most important thing. Without the fire, we can't be rescued. I'd like to put on war paint and be a savage, but we must keep the fire burning. The fire's the most important thing on the island, because. Ralph is the speaker of my quote, and he is trying to keep order with the group, saying that we can't all be like Jack and just do whatever we want and go hunting. Somebody has to be in charge, and I think that I could be in charge, as you said in our response to our video last week. It's just the person I am to be bossy. I always have been. I like control and order, just like Ralph. And just like this conch symbolizes order as we are passing around, just like they do on the island. And you also said to look up on babynames.com, which I did, Roger and Ralph. And Roger is famous spear, and Ralph is Wolf Council. And I think that William Golding used both of these names because they go with the idea of, they're being on an island, they're hunting, you're using spears. They have a council because they have groups. And
Go ahead. I thought Sylvia was here, sorry.
she didn't show up. I don't know.
No, she wasn't.
We told her to be here, but she didn't come. We waited as long as we could.
As far as character changes, in chapter 7, Ralph was at first annoyed by the boys that were obsessed with hunting and other things besides helping out the group. But Ralph also gets caught up in the hunt for the boar and the reenactment afterwards that almost kills Roger.
Ralph is he's beginning to lose confidence, and he gives in to going with the other guys to hunt. So he stays back with like Piggy and two other boys, and they stay like by themselves. And Jack takes the rest of the boys up the mountain to go hunt with Jack's tribe.
As I was saying, Ralph remains in power, but more of the little ones, they're starting to go with Jack because they see him and he's being fun and he's not bossing them around and telling them what to do. And when you're younger, that seems more pleasing. You don't want to be told what to do. That's why you get mad at your parents for when they tell you to do something. And Ralph has to sort of be the parent because he's the only one. He's the only one actually taking control.
Jack also has food.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah, because he's actually hunting.
And also Simon shows how he can kind of lead and how he's kind of mature like Ralph is. But in chapter 9, Simon figures out that there's not really a beast, it's a parachute. He's a parachutist. And so, anyway, but he doesn't get to tell the group because he's killed before he's able to tell them. And then Jack continues to order everyone around in chapter 9, and also he's kind of obsessed with his power. He uses it not in a good way, and he overuses it. So.
Yeah, as Ray was talking about, they thought that the beast was, but it was actually a man that got shot down in the plane crash. He was dead as he fell from his parachute and he got caught in the trees. And they didn't know that until they came back and checked it out for a second time.
In chapter 8, at the end, Simon has an apparition when he sees the sow's head that Jack's tribe cut off, and it had flies all around it by then. And in the book, it was constantly referred to as Lord of the Flies. And in Simon's apparition, it kept talking to him. And at one point it said that even though the boys thought that the beast was something they could kill, it was actually inside of them. And I'm not real sure what that means, but...
They say Simon, he's like a, what's called a para something.
I don't know, but he kind of like can.
Simon
I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about. And also, the first thing that I thought of whenever they kind of put the head on the spear and were waving it around was Tale of Two Cities. Whenever they killed someone, they put their head on the pole and started waving it around and kind of show off their kill. And like I said, how they were getting a little barbaric. In the French Revolution, they had no heart and they just went and killed everyone. And that's kind of how it's turning now. Is everybody's kind of being savage and kind of
They started off just trying to help each other, trying to find food, trying to stay alive, and now they're becoming it's just getting out of control, and they're starting two different packs, and they're starting to fight.
They're starting to turn against each other.
And they're all together, but now they're turning.
Kill the beast, cut his throat, spill his blood. Kill the beast, cut his throat, spill his blood.
And that's it for our chapters 7, 8,
Lord
9.
of the Flies, part 3.